Before I cancel the Google Plus Hangout, hey, this is Al Elliott, and this is the Monday Eve discussion after the talk. And I'm sitting here with a few of the speakers, and basically, Garrison, you asked a very interesting question. I have these Monday Eve discussion every so often just to kind of get a perspective of people that don't normally get a perspective. Most of the time, it's educators from around, like the country or the world, but today is us. So let's kind of your biggest takeaways. Like my personal thing was I couldn't see everybody's talk. And some of the talks that I was able to see, I hadn't seen before. So being able to get like everybody else's perspective, the few talks that I saw, it's like they were all related, right? And so I kind of just, whatever kind of comes out with that conversation. What was another talk that you found related to the one that you gave that maybe surprised you? And I'll talk about a few of mine.
Well, I don't know about if it was so much related, but I can't remember the first cat's name. Give me the first guy's name.
You know what?
Who went?
Jonathan. I'm gonna get my book so we can get the name. But keep going. Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. I really enjoyed what he had to say, and I think that was a theme that connected a couple of talks. Like yours too. I thought that was something that hit yours. Did we lose people?
No, he hit mute.
Oh, okay. Garrison, you're on mute, bro.
No, Al is. Garrison's good.
I just did this. Y'all want to hear me running through the house picking up this book. Yeah, in case we run out of names. But yeah, Jonathan. Okay, so like, what were you saying about Jonathan?
Well, I thought, first of all, I thought that was a good way to start with his, and I think that was a common theme. Like what he was saying, and some of what you were saying, Al, I think connected well. Like his was like, I think the only one I didn't hear before time.
Oh, okay.
I think I heard them all except for his, and so I was like, oh, that was a really nice choice to start everything off.
Yeah, like the calligraphy one, I had no idea about that one. That was like really a really good one. Just because as a school teacher and being all digital now, like I struggle with the whole handwriting emphasis. I don't have the best handwriting, but I do think that it is important to know how to be literate with written words with like a pencil and paper. So that was actually a really good one. And then yours, Amar, like the whole, I guess it was such a difficult topic, but I thought that you finessed it very well. The whole racism discussion.
Yeah.
I love how you presented it as something that affects everybody, not just something certain people suffer from. Like the unifying effect of the legacy of racism I thought that was a welcoming perspective.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought it was very, very well. I mean, I loved the approach. I loved just the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm a huge
fan. Yours and Randy's talks, Ahmad. I felt like those put that in a very good perspective, and you guys both had a good message on how to address it too, what you should do.
Well, I mean, we all suffer from it. I think we can't act like it only affects certain people. We're all under like this cloud that we need to get. But look, I got to tell y'all this. I didn't say this to y'all yesterday, but after the second session during the break, I think it was after the last session. This lady came up to me and handed me a note and was like, "Listen, I almost didn't give this to you, but I decided to give this to you, and I hope you read it out of love and take it that it's something coming from out of love, right?" So I was like, well, even if I don't think it came from love, I'm gonna read it like it came from love, okay? Right. So I took it, and it was like she tore 3 pages out of the book and wrote me a 3-page letter from the TED book.
Wow.
And basically it was she internalized what I said and said that she didn't think it was a good idea for me to broach that subject with my daughters in that way, because then they'll see white people as enemies. And I didn't get a chance to talk to her about it because I wanted to tell her, like, hey, I said that some people are going to hate them. I never said all white people are going to hate them.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
she heard what she thought she heard, and I think she shut down everything else. But I appreciate the fact that she actually took the time to write me the letter.
Right.
That means she was thinking about it.
There you go.
You know, so I didn't take it as negative. I showed it to Austin because he and I had talked about this Friday night. So he said somebody's going to say she was the one.
Okay, so let me ask you this: like, do you think, like, okay, let me ask you, do you understand the perspective of someone that feels like because of the way you present the existence of racism to young people, that you're almost not stacking the deck against that young person to what's possible? Like, do you think that, like, can you see that perspective?
Yeah, I can, but I don't think she heard the rest of my talk because that's I was saying was like, hey, we got to acknowledge that we all are under this, and we all got issues to deal with all this. Because really, if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm not even saying that me having to do that was the best thing to do.
Right.
It's just it was a necessary thing.
Right.
I didn't want to have that conversation, but I got to make sure that they're tough enough to take it. So she oh, somebody's coming in.
Oh, that's cool.
She didn't get it, but it's okay though.
Well, I mean, you can't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Was it you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink?
I mean, the letter was impassioned. I wish I had it here. I read you some of it. I got it somewhere in the house, but it was impassioned. She was like, "How can I hate that racism exists, but I think now I feel I can't help because your daughters might see me as an enemy instead of someone who can, be an ally." And I really didn't. She didn't hear everything I said, and that's what we do though. When racism comes up, we click. No, wait a minute. I gotta write this out. I gotta get this out. See me as the enemy instead of someone who can, Hey, Terry.
Hey.
Really didn't. She didn't.
Hey, girl.
Said. And that's what we do though. When racism comes up, we click. No, wait a minute. I gotta write this out. I gotta get this out. See me as the enemy instead of someone who can. You got delay.
Oh, delay. Okay. Yeah. Whoever just joined. Hey, how you doing? If we got earbuds, or if we can close the other window.
I figured it out.
Hey.
Okay. Who is it? Is it?
What's going on?
Nothing.
Whoever just joined. Hey, how you doing? If we got earbuds, or if we can close the other window.
Yeah, we got like a heck of a delay.
Yeah, I think
Terry's in back in time.
I think it's Renee. Renee, do you have two windows open? Or maybe, if not Renee, maybe it's Terry. But somebody
No,
has
I just got you guys.
Okay, well maybe
Terry.
Oh, it's Terry. Okay, all right. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, well, Amar, and it was an interesting point that you were making with some. Oh, the thing that I wanted to make, and I heard somebody explain it this way. They were saying that like some people fall prey to always looking for racism. If you always look for it, you'll find it. But it was kind of like, even if I find it, the only way I can find it is that it exists. And so it's kind of like the thing it's like no matter how hard you look for it, you shouldn't be able to find it. So not necessarily that you're focusing on it. But that's interesting. I think that it's a step forward that she felt comfortable enough to give you the note.
Yeah, like I don't think that's a negative. I don't think that's a negative.
Yeah, I think that's like really cool, really cool. What was some other takeaways?
I'm gonna live forever. That's what I heard.
Now that was the deepest one, I think. Like, how do you sign up for that trial? What was the name of the drug?
Metformin.
Yes, metformin.
Metformin? Yeah, like they should have had that in the backpack. Like seriously, like how you sign up for that? That was amazing. Like what? Because the whole time I kept waiting for the punchline to how.
Yo, my wife's mother takes it.
Oh really?
She hates it?
Ahmad, did you freeze up?
I think he meant to say she takes it.
Yeah.
She hates it.
Yeah, my wife's mother takes it.
Oh really? Well, like how long? I mean, like, is she part of a study or is she? I mean, like, it's out. I don't understand.
No, she has diabetes.
Oh, so it's a diabetic drug, but those are the other side effects.
Right.
Side effect is living forever.
How about that? Or
Oh,
just
my
having,
daughter, she came off of it when she got rid of the diabetes.
oh, so you just have a high quality of life until you die.
Right, right.
Right.
You don't live forever. You just gonna be better while you're living.
We'll just go back to the good old days of dropping dead, right? That was
Oh,
cool.
the good old days.
Right. Ah, the good old days.
Just
What
drop
was another one that kind of surprised me? Oh, now the band with the ballet, I was taken, and the films. Like, had anybody seen any of the films before the actual TED event?
No.
No.
What did y'all think of the films? Like, the first one was shocking to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Dream
Yeah,
was deep.
it was deep, but okay. Why was it deep to you, Amar? What was deep about that video to you?
Well, I didn't. They went some places I didn't think they was gonna go.
Right.
Yeah.
The balls.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the very
The
first
first
video that they had the kissing and they had like the other intimate scenes, and it was like,
They was doing more than kissing.
I mean, it was more
They
than
was-
kissing.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
more
the
than kissing.
birth.
Yeah, the very
Yeah.
first video.
Okay, yeah.
But
I
you
was
know-
in and out because I was so close to the beginning. I didn't
Oh,
see the
you
whole
didn't
thing.
see it?
But yeah, I
Oh,
saw it was like birth.
But you know what? I really like that they went there because, I mean, that's such a part of our life, and to not go there when you're talking about breath, it would just be an obvious thing to leave out. I thought it was bold, and I was glad they went there.
I
Yeah.
thought it was bold, and I'm glad it was there. I was just shocked. Like,
Yeah, you didn't
you know what I
expect
mean?
it.
Like, I was proud of them because to me, it's set up. Like, to me, it made it easier for a lot of the difficult subject matter that was to come. Right? It was like out the box. It was like, listen, we got some stuff that's gonna shock you. So I was pleased that
Yeah.
the video, but I will like. I think next year they might want to let us see some of them just so we not, you know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, is that cool? But I did
Yeah.
like the surprise though.
I didn't
I did
sign
like-
on for this.
Because me, Al, and Lonnie are in the back.
Oh yeah.
Me, Al, and Lonnie was in the back, and I think we all kind of, after the film was over, were like, "Yo, they just did that for real."
Right.
Oh man, I want to see the whole thing now because I only got bits and pieces of
Go watch it. It's on. If you go to TEDxBirmingham right now to their website, you can look at the whole live stream.
Yeah.
You can go to any
it. Oh,
section.
fantastic. Okay, great.
Yeah, the streams are still up. I actually, like I was telling the other ones, I posted the transcript from my talk. Since what I actually said and what I wrote isn't exactly the same, but I still think like the same message came across. But it was weird that a lot of people thought we were reading off the teleprompter.
Right.
And so that's kind of, I want everybody to know, no, we weren't reading, and to prove it, what I said isn't this, right? This is what I would have read.
That's funny. Well, I don't think anybody thought that I was reading, considering that I flipped up for about 20 seconds.
Oh, man.
But you
But
came back
you
so
were talking
strong.
well.
Yeah, like, but you came back so strong. Like, I was more comfortable once you started, because once you started the second time, it didn't feel like you were stumbling. It felt like you literally found your place.
It was by the grace of God.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
You hit it so hard when you came back
Yeah.
that people was like, "Yo, yeah, she's there,"
Yeah.
and you finished so strong, man. So, I mean, that was
I
good.
was really, Tamara, I was really proud of you for not just like walking off when everybody started clapping, that you just like hung in there and like waited for it to come to you, and the audience was just like sending you love. They were just like, "Come on, girl, you can do this."
Right. Yeah.
I know. I mean, it was amazing. It was so amazing. Everybody was so supportive and encouraging. And I mean, that was the first time I ever talked in front of anybody. So
Oh wow.
that was
Yeah,
great.
it was good. It was.
Now the
Yeah, it
show
was the
for the
best
first
audience.
time, so you're good from here on out.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, but I totally think it was the best audience. I mean, it's weird to spend your whole day like explaining something that it seems like everybody in the room wants to understand. Like, it's such a different way to talk, right? It's like everybody was like, okay, I can't wait to hear what you're about to say.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it was a very friendly audience. It was nerve wracking, but it was a friendly nerve wracking, right? It wasn't a fear. It was more of like an excitement.
Mhm.
I was scared to death. I'll just admit.
Yeah.
I was too. And the ballet company was like, see, the ballet and the band, I had no idea the day we were going to do any of that. And so that was kind of like, you know, while you're waiting for your turn and all this other stuff is going on, it was like I almost couldn't enjoy it, right? Because it's kind of, wow, that was shocking, but I got to remember what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So
Ahmad, I want to tell you, I was so happy when you were the one to come after me, and I totally hope I didn't distract you when I came off and you hugged me, and I was like practically fell down and said, "Thank you, sweet Jesus." It was over. But it felt so good to me to have you there and just to have a big hug, because it was just like complete joy and relief, you know, that it went well, and I was just so happy. And
Well, I was glad to do that because I mean you did so well. So I wanted to, you know, I saw you before times like, okay, she's gonna be all right, but she got nerves, but she's gonna be all right.
yeah,
So you pulled it
the
off.
guy that was like the one to try to usher me onto the stage, he was like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" He's like, "You have some water." You know, like I'm sure I looked like I was just about to keel over. So.
Yo, and they basically almost pushed her out there too. She was like, "It's time to go now."
Yeah, right.
Almost like they're backstage. She had everybody backstage. They were like, "She's looking really pale. Is she gonna pass out?"
Listen, I spend my day staring at a camera. I don't public speak, so.
But you will.
So it was fantastic. There's no. You should just do it. I mean, it was just great. All of us. I think we all surprised ourselves. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I think everybody did great. And the messages were so good. Like, I've had people come up to me and say, you know, this person and that person, like all these different people just were relating to your talks. And also, I thought it was interesting, like, relating the talks to each other. Like, people thought, like, Ahmad's talk and Randy's talk and my talk kind of went together, which I think is really interesting. I had, you know, 5 or 6 stories I could have based my talk around, and I didn't even know what you guys were talking about. I hadn't heard any of the other talks when I decided to do this one about, you know, that particular painting. So I think that's cool. We were kind of like, there was this zeitgeist thing going on with the subjects we chose to talk about.
Right. And I love the order. Like once it was like it told a similar story throughout, and every section kind of set up the next section in a way. Like it was good. Like it was good. I missed a lot of the scientific ones. Like I saw the guy with the pill, but I missed in the Antarctica. What's his name?
Jim
McClintock.
Yeah. I missed his.
I remember how you the whole theater rumbled.
Right.
Yeah, that was
so cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I can't wait till they get to YouTube.
I got a chance to see his in practice.
Hey, did anybody get a chance to taste any of the great food or get a massage?
I wanted a massage.
Got a massage.
You
I
did?
did not decide.
I didn't get a massage. I was trying to get a massage.
The food was on point. I took home like 3 plates. It was
really? Yeah.
Nice. Now, I did get the last. That meat they had at the end was amazing. And I blame Ahmad for those 2 chocolate chip salt cookies that I ate, because I wouldn't have eaten them unless he was telling me how great they were.
Yes. And the gluten-free omelets, quiches, not omelets, quiches were good.
Oh man, I didn't get anything. Yeah, I missed the quiche.
It was in the morning.
Oh, okay.
First thing I had to do it. I hadn't eaten anything that morning. I was gonna fall out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what would you like?
My husband did complain about the beet salad.
I missed that. No, I skipped that.
And we needed a little something more, because that was like right in the middle of the day. So I was feeling a little bit like there was a grumpy vibe around the beet salad. But I had
I don't know whose idea that was.
I didn't have the beet salad.
Nah.
Was that after the second section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I was in the back waiting on the third. Yeah, I didn't get in there.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Good
that I didn't.
2 of my crowd that was there were allergic to seafood, and so I guess after the first session, which I didn't see at all, but it was shrimp and grits, and there was like nothing else. So
No, and
my daughter and my friend from Atlanta that were there, I mean, they just had nothing to eat except maybe grits. I don't know. They just had grits on the side. So, and that, like you said, is like the time when everybody was the most hungry. So my crew was kind of grumping about the food too a little bit.
Huh.
Yeah.
I had a third of a Jimmy John sandwich.
Yeah.
Those Jimmy John's were a little on the mushy, so yeah, I just kind of skipped that.
Yeah.
I wasn't hungry, guys. I was too nervous to eat until after the whole thing was over, and then that's when they had the brisket out, which was great.
Yeah.
That's what the brisket was just, yeah.
Yeah.
Girl throwing it was kind of cute,
One
too.
of the patrons is Matt Schneider. I ran into him, and he said, yeah, I just made a Burger King run because I was desperate. I was like, wow, that says a lot if the patron is going to go to Burger King because he's not finding any food. So I would expect that there's going to be a couple of complaints about the food, but
Well, I know last year they had it set up. I don't know if anybody went, but they actually had lunch, like a sit-down plate. But the way they did it differently is like they would have like a sign on the table, and the table discussion was supposed to be this topic and that topic. So you kind of sat around the topics you want to discuss over lunch. I thought that was kind of a interesting concept, you know, because they had different meals set up. You can kind of go sit down. But I think the waiting in line, getting the food didn't go as smoothly as I thought it kind of could have. And then also, like, I actually suggested this. I think for the conversation stations, if you can do more of a cipher, meaning like if the people stand like in a circular pattern, because it was kind of like it seemed like people wanted to stand in line and wait for their turn to talk. But if everybody curved around, then everyone could kind of benefit from just the conversation. Because a lot of people, it's not like they wanted autographs or pictures. They just kind of wanted to talk. And sometimes I would just walk up and listen in to other people's conversation. But a way to encourage that for the conversation stations, I think would be like really cool.
Yeah, maybe next year they can do that.
How could they do that, do you think?
I think,
like the ambassadors encourage it or something?
Well, they can do that. Like I went up to, I guess it's some technology conference, but when they had like the expo floor, a person speaking might have a microphone, but they have these speaker systems so that the speaker or the person talking is a little bit louder than everybody else, so it kind of commands the attention of everybody standing there. That just kind of encouraged a group of people talking to a speaker as opposed to the person waiting one because it's so loud in there. If I'm talking to one person, you almost feel like you have to get so close to eavesdrop. So if there was a way where there was just like a little amplification there, where when you hear that person talk, you'll know. Like if somebody asked a question like, I know with I guess the BMI, there was a lot of BMI questions after her talk, and the thing she was saying, I thought the whole group standing there listening would have been interested in, like how she even first got started to do the research. So even, you know, just some kind of way to where everyone is not really waiting in line.
Yeah.
It might be limited by that lobby, but yeah, I think you're right.
Being nice, silly. Anyway. So, hi, Al and everybody.
This is Michael, ladies. This is my boyfriend, super nerd.
So, here's something that you might find interesting.
He fixed my video.
What?
They can't probably see it.
He synced it.
I synced the video and I fixed the dead air in the beginning.
Okay.
So while y'all were talking, I fixed the video, so that's how long it takes.
Cool.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Hopefully someone's gonna fix all of our videos for us.
Well, I recorded her video myself, so I could if I had anybody else's, I could have do that too. But I only had hers.
Cool.
This the part where I go, well, honey, they're all on the website.
No, not necessarily, because they're not. I recorded yours. Also, I made it 1080p when they were still in 720p.
I know.
I improved.
Cool.
Anybody know what the P thing? I don't. You know.
Yes, a little bit. I do know. Well, how many people are trying to do another one, like another TEDx talk? I mean, how many?
I am actually enough bored that if you send me your I don't know who's who. So if you send me an email.
That's Al. That's Ahmad. That's Garrison. Well, wait a minute. Tamara. Everybody. Okay, there's Tamara. Okay, next. Say something fun.
Hi.
Okay,
Terry.
there's Terry. I love Terry. She does amazing work.
All right.
And this dear sweet lady right here and her which you're online. I just realized that. You're like FaceTiming and stuff.
I am, yes.
The kids are hidden somewhere so they don't know this is happening.
They're in the bathtub.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You allow yourself some screen time.
Right.
Double
Screen
live.
time, but
It
she's
applies
how
to
long is
everybody
this?
else, not me.
In 6
You know, I have thought about doing another TED Talk, though, to get back to, I think Al asked that question.
Yeah, I was curious if you already had any concepts like what you might want to discuss.
I do. I came up with it, actually. I joked around with Matt. I kept telling him that I was just going to impromptu do a completely different talk on him. And I didn't really get too much. I decided not to. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know when I'll do it. It'll probably be later. But the concept is built around the sort of logic system that our society is built on. See, the Greeks came up with this idea that there is true and there is false for everything, right? And what we've come to find actually is the truth is there's actually 3 answers, not true or false, when you take into account the fact that different observers have different information available to them. It is possible that there is a question to which you cannot answer, and to that question, it is neither true nor false. It is I do not know, but at one point I may know. And I think that limit, like lacking that extra third component in logic, is really the root of a lot of conflicts and hatred in our world, because people won't admit what they don't know. And instead they'll say, because I believe in my thing so much, and if mine isn't true, then it must be false, or if yours is true, mine must be false. So I have to attack you because that's the only way I can have comfort in my own belief.
He just
That's
described
pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah. So,
That's very good.
Well, let me ask a question about that. Like, do you think, with I guess, with reality being relative, is it possible for in society specifically for there to be more than one truth about a thing?
yeah.
Like, is that even logical?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the type of thing. There may be multiple truths, but I mean, if you're talking about a simple, like, objective fact, like, you know, the reason I learned about this is because I look at it in cosmology, because we inherently live in an observer-dependent reality. We can't even see the entire universe. So, like, a question is, you know, there's 10,000 cats in the universe. True or false? We don't know. We cannot observe to know beyond that, right? So,
Right.
that kind of question, I don't think that you could have multiple truths on it. It's just you might not have the answer. And I think when you embrace the idea that I don't know, it allows you to hold multiple perspectives on what might be the truth to that unknown. And
That's really good, actually. That's
Yeah,
really good.
that is good.
that's something I thought about a ton. I think it's really one of my most fundamental and personal beliefs, this sort of idea of, I would say, related to that uncertainty. I think it's a dangerous belief, though, so I don't know if I have to figure out the right way to frame it, because people, you know, certainly I wouldn't. I look at myself and think about things I don't know, but I can totally imagine people that would start thinking, oh, well, other people just don't know what I already know. One day they'll figure it out, but I know, you know?
Hey, Al, Kalani's trying to get in.
Hey guys, I'm about to invite her right now. See if I can get her in.
But yeah.
Hey, Garrison, man, that's an awesome concept, bud.
It really
I-
is.
Yeah.
I do love it.
I'll
will
buy a
watch
ticket to see that one, Garrison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. So is it like a way of describing like agnosticism or something? Like, I don't know if there's a God, but there might be something like
Mhm.
that?
Well, see, it doesn't even necessarily say that you have to accept that you don't know that there isn't a God. I mean, you could still be a Christian. It's just because when you say I don't know, but I may one day know, that doesn't mean it's not true or it's false or vice versa, whatever. It just means that you don't know, and that doesn't mean that you can't still believe something very strongly. So you could still be a Christian that just says, you know, hey, you know, I very firmly believe this, but I also recognize that I'm not 100% sure that this is definitely what's happening. It's just what I believe. And I think that slight bit of doubt is really crucial for a cohesive society.
Yeah, I guess that's you know, like the balance between faith is like you know, in order to have faith, there is some doubt in there,
Mhm.
but you're
Right.
acting on it in spite of the doubt.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
after all, only a Sith speaks in absolutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the only Star Wars nerd in the workroom?
No.
No, not
Do
at
or
all.
do not, nerd, no cry.
Hey, Kiani.
Hey everyone.
Hey,
How
Hey.
you doing?
Oh, how's your voice?
It's still like really froggy and
So you're looking at the top of your hair.
no.
Well, your voice sounded great yesterday.
It really did.
I know.
Awesome.
So that's the silver lining, I guess.
Yeah, I guess God came through last minute.
Got Mama's jug of tea, huh?
Yeah.
Always
Y'all,
on
her
time.
mother brought her hot tea.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
her brought her hot tea to Alice Stevens for her throat. It was the sweetest thing.
Yeah, she did.
That was cool. That was cool.
But you killed it, though. You rocked it.
Yeah, you really did.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody did well yesterday.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
Any
let's just
other
take our
ideas
show
for
off the
next
road.
year? Yeah, does anybody else have any ideas for next year, or think they might want to give another one?
Not next year.
Not next year.
I need some time off, but maybe someday.
Yeah, I definitely want to go. I was hoping I had that golden ticket they were giving away for those 2 tickets next year.
Right.
What golden ticket?
It was in the backpacks.
Yeah, they put like 5 or 6 golden tickets in the backpacks. There was like 2 tickets to attend next year.
2 tickets to 17.
That's cool.
Hey, well, Al, I'm going to go to North Carolina and do one next year. You can go with me.
Awesome!
Oh?
That is super
Want to go
cool.
make a road trip? We'll just all go. We'll get a bus.
When is it?
Oh shoot, I have it written down somewhere. It was some women that were there. That I think it was North Carolina, South Carolina. Yeah.
They're from Asheville.
They were checking us out. They're going to do their first one this fall, and I respectfully declined because, yeah, that's not now. That's too soon.
Right.
I got other stuff, but yeah, and I joked and told her, I said, well, the good news is, you know, I'll still have this one memorized for the rest of my life. So she was like,
right.
oh no. So. Yeah.
Have you done it since you performed? Has anybody just said they're talking like since you've been off the stage?
Nah. I was tripping. I was bugging out because I got like it was like 1 o'clock today, and I was sleeping, and it hit me like I haven't practiced today. You know, it's the first time in like a month I hadn't done it like before 1 o'clock at least once.
Garrison, did you dream about your talk last night?
No, I don't remember having very many dreams last night.
He had a bad dream the other night, and he was being chased by a snake while saying his talk.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So
Terrifying.
my friend from Florida drove to Atlanta yesterday and picked up her daughter. They're both architects, and they came over to see the event yesterday and surprised me, which was really super fun. So they wanted to check out the town, so we drove around today, and we had lunch somewhere, and when we were walking out of the restaurant, somebody was in a table on the sidewalk and said, hey, you did a talk yesterday.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was so funny. She said, yeah, your work is beautiful, and you didn't even look nervous, and I was like, that was the best compliment I've ever had. Yeah,
Right?
my family told me that, but I don't believe them because they love me, you know. But
That actually is the best compliment. You didn't even look nervous, right?
but, it was just so much fun to have, you know, people there, and you know, I don't know, it was just neat. Have any of you guys? I'm sure everybody will be recognized every now and then.
Right.
Hanging around town.
Yeah, right. It was super cool.
I'm gonna go get my kids so they can say hi, because I feel like I talked about them the whole time and you guys didn't meet.
Yeah, come on, let us meet
Oh
them.
yeah.
Give them some screen time before bed.
Yeah, screen time.
I guess I should get mine too, right? Since
Oh, I'm gonna go get my kids too. Nah.
Wait a minute, I gotta find my dog. My kids left me.
it's your dog. It's Oh,
Everybody got
Hey,
kids.
I tell you what though. Oh God.
Everybody introducing their kids. So come in here and say hey, say hey to everybody. So this is Anthony.
Hey,
Hey.
Anthony.
Hi.
This is my husband, not my son or daughter.
Hey, how you doing?
Ellie, let's see.
Masani.
There's Ellie.
Hey.
I don't know. I'm gonna let my girls come in here and look y'all.
Oh, her dog.
This is my dog. This is my baby who's right up in my face. Yes.
So sit right here. Sit right in here.
Am I in?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Is that Kiani's son I see too?
Yeah, this is my son.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Christopher's
and
like,
there's Amaz kids.
Hey, these are my two exceptional daughters right here.
Hi.
Oh, what about y'all?
right.
You can
Super
go
cool.
now. Really? I don't need you anymore. So get in my.
They can see you with it, you know.
My dog is now point.
Hi, girls. Hi. Hi.
Oh.
Hey Terry, could you do me a favor and go get my future wife real quick? She came.
Oh, you got to.
She came and introduced herself to me. And I didn't recognize her. She just walks up to me during the interactive session and goes, "Hi, Garrison. I'm supposed to introduce myself. I'm your future wife." And I was like, "What?"
Wow.
You got the number, right?
I hear you're taken, and this woman standing, who was also in the little like group, was like, "Oh, but I tell you what, my daughter is single." And so I started introducing to her daughter.
Yo, you got the phone number?
I didn't. I don't know. It felt a little awkward at that point.
Come on.
Awesome.
That is a successful talk when you walk away with
Right.
a spouse.
Okay, so I can get her number for you if you want it, Garrison. And she
You want the number?
young woman.
But your daughter's married.
My daughter is married.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's just dangerous. You ought to keep her away from me.
TEDx dating.
Yes. Yes.
TEDx dating, yeah.
Right. Cool.
Hey,
Well, look,
Tammy.
man.
Tammy.
Yeah.
Hey, I meant to ask you the whole time. Did you draw your cartoons? Was that you?
I did.
Oh, really?
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They were. You
Here's
drew
our
all. I
next
didn't know
TEDx
that.
talk.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm an illustrator.
Okay.
Not really.
Those
Not
were
really,
awesome.
but I can be if somebody needs some illustrations.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
My
are great.
husband's actually professional though.
Oh,
Okay.
that's even better. That's even better. So super
Yeah.
cool. Well, listen, it's almost 8 o'clock and we finally get everybody on, but basically this is kind of what the Monday Eve discussion is. We kind of just get to hang out on Sundays and talk. Thank everybody for hanging out. Feel free to share the link and comment on the bottom, and hopefully we can kind of do it again. But like everybody was awesome. I'm glad I was a part of it, and
Yeah.
thanks for hanging
Absolutely.
out.
Thanks
Glad
for
to make it
that,
all.
Al. That was awesome.
Yo, we got to get together at some point after the fact.
Listen, you don't have to.
We'll have a reunion party.
Oh, absolutely.
Jim was saying that we should all get together and have dinner or something in a couple weeks. So if you guys want to do that, I'll arrange it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey.
Okay.
I love it.
Sounds
Hey,
good.
guys, this was so much fun. Al, invite me anytime.
I will
And
do that.
y'all don't forget, Renee has a show coming up. Tell us the details about that.
Oh, yeah, Renee, tell us.
Thursday, coming up Thursday at Little Savannah in Forest Park.
Okay.
Yeah. The stuff will be there for like a month, but the actual opening is Thursday from 5 to 7.
Awesome.
So,
Cool.
I'm over here, needing to finish a few last pieces, so I'm, making dolls that aren't child friendly.
So mildly creepy.
Well, I do stuff for haunted houses too, so
Cool.
it's interestingly fun, grotesquely beautiful. How about that?
Yeah.
Grotesquely beautiful.
Grotesque.
I love it.
I actually have a show.
All getting us all together. Night, night, guys.
Night,
Night,
night.
honey.
See y'all
Bye.
later.
Everyone.
Bye.